the show of force, even not knowing?
They did their job. He's a sex worker. Put it to you this way, there are mutual acquaintances between her and I. And that's as far as I can go.
Okay.
Deal and Jaguar Wright once stood by Diddy's side, privy to his darkest secrets. Now, they live in fear, looking over their shoulders, convinced that Diddy wants them silenced forever. What could these former insiders know that's worth killing for? As Diddy's empire crumbles under the weight of shocking allegations, we uncover the chilling reality behind the music mogul's desperate attempts to keep his past buried. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It makes such a huge difference to us. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Diddy's empire once seemed untouchable, but now it's crumbling faster than anyone could have imagined. Sean Combs, better known as Puff Daddy, or Diddy, built a hip-hop dynasty that stretched far beyond music. From humble beginnings as an intern at Uptown Records, he climbed the ranks to become one of the most powerful figures in the entertainment industry. By the mid-90s, Diddy's Bad Boy Records was churning out hit after hit. He launched the careers of superstars like the notorious B.I.G. and Mary J. Blige, while his own music dominated the charts. Diddy's influence expanded into fashion with Sean John, vodka with Ciroc, and even a TV network with Revolt. He seemed unstoppable, amassing a fortune estimated at nearly $1 billion. But beneath the glittering facade of parties, awards, and chart-topping singles, a darker story was brewing.
But if I explain how I knew Cassie was gonna come forward, you Diddy doo-wop bop.
Whispers of Diddy's questionable business practices and explosive temper had long circulated in industry circles. Former artists complained of unpaid royalties and strong-arm tactics. Still, his public image remained largely untarnished, protected by an army of lawyers and PR experts. The dam finally broke in November 2023 when Diddy's ex-girlfriend, singer Cassie Ventura, filed a lawsuit accusing him of rape, sex trafficking, and years of physical abuse. The shocking allegations sent shockwaves through the music world. Diddy quickly settled the suit out of court, but the floodgates had opened. More accusers came forward with similar stories of abuse and exploitation. Former Bad Boy artists spoke out about financial manipulation and threats. Even Diddy's own son, Quincy Brown, distanced himself amid rumors of a strained relationship. The music mogul's carefully crafted image was unraveling at an alarming rate. As the accusations piled up, federal authorities took notice. Reports surfaced of ongoing investigations into sex trafficking, money laundering, and even murder. Diddy's business empire began to feel the heat. Brands cut ties, radio stations pulled his music, and longtime collaborators suddenly went silent. But the most damning blows came from those who once stood in Diddy's inner circle. Former bodyguard Deal and singer Jaguar Wright stepped forward with explosive claims about the lengths Diddy would go to protect his secrets.
They went in tactical as they were instructed to. They didn't know they was raiding Diddy's house. With Diddy being a Fed informant, that he had people in the force and they wanted to make sure that went through legit.
Their allegations hinted at a level of criminality that went far beyond anything the public had imagined. The music industry has always had its share of scandals, but nothing could have prepared anyone for what Deal and Jaguar Wright were about to reveal. As they stepped forward to speak their truth, a chilling question arose. How many lives was Diddy willing to destroy to protect his legacy? Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, and Jaguar Wright, a singer closely connected to Diddy's circle, once held coveted positions in the hip-hop mogul's inner sanctum. Deal spent years as Diddy's shadow, privy to both his public triumphs and private indiscretions. Wright, a talented vocalist, moved in the same elite music circles, rubbing shoulders with industry heavyweights. Both believed they were part of something bigger than themselves, riding the wave of Bad Boy Records' success.
And young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. He's got guns and he's got semen-coated VHS tape.
But as the cracks in Diddy's empire began to show, Deal and Wright faced a moral dilemma. The weight of the secrets they carried became too heavy to bear. Despite the risks, they made the fateful decision to speak out, pulling back the curtain on the dark underbelly of Diddy's world. The backlash was swift and terrifying. Deal recounts a chilling experience that made him fear for his life. "There was a $250,000 hit on my head," he revealed, his voice tinged with disbelief at how quickly he'd gone from trusted confidant to marked man. Wright, too, found herself looking over her shoulder. "I didn't want to name Diddy publicly," she admitted, "because I was afraid he would harm me or those close to me."
The show of force, even not knowing.
They did their job. He's a sex worker. Put it to you this way, there are mutual acquaintances between her and I. And that's as far as I can go.
Okay.
As their allegations gained traction, Diddy's desperation to maintain control became apparent. Deal describes a sinister attempt at intimidation. "Someone close to Diddy contacted me saying enough is enough about our accusations. The message was clear: stay quiet or else." But what could Deal and Wright possibly know that would drive Diddy to such extreme measures? Their hints at possessing damaging information have only fueled speculation. Deal's suggestion that Diddy has a history of involvement in violent incidents paints a disturbing picture of how far the mogul might go to protect his image. The most shocking revelation came when evidence surfaced suggesting that Diddy had actually ordered hits on both Deal and Wright. The music industry was left reeling.
I said what I said. Congratulations, Young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did. Shout out to Jamil Peterson. He's added a new one. He called him the Diddy Glover now.
Forced to confront the possibility that one of its biggest stars might be capable of cold-blooded murder to silence his critics. As allegations swirled around Diddy's violent tactics, a decades-old cold case began to thaw. New evidence emerged suggesting that one of hip-hop's greatest tragedies may have been an inside job. Could the key to solving Biggie's murder have been hiding in plain sight all along? On March 9th, 1997, the notorious B.I.G. was gunned down in Los Angeles, sending shockwaves through the music world. The death of Christopher Wallace, known to millions as Biggie Smalls, marked a tragic end to the East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry that had claimed the life of Tupac Shakur just months earlier. For years, Biggie's murder remained unsolved, a painful reminder of the violence that had gripped the industry. But now, as Diddy's empire crumbles under the weight of mounting accusations, new light is being shed on the circumstances surrounding Biggie's death. Perhaps the most explosive claim comes from Monique Bunn, a hip-hop photographer who was close to the rapper. According to Bunn, Biggie had confided in her about his plans to leave Bad Boy Records. Biggie was absolutely about to leave Puff, she revealed, hinting at growing tensions between the artist and his label boss. This revelation adds a disturbing new dimension to Biggie's presence in Los Angeles at the time of his death. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, raised pointed questions about the situation. "Why would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when you got your own Studio D Daddy's house?" Deal asked, casting doubt on the official narrative of why Biggie was on the West Coast. The suspicious circumstances surrounding Biggie's final days have reignited interest in the case. There are whispers of efforts to gather enough evidence to unseal previously closed files related to the murder investigation. As pressure mounts, the possibility of reopening Biggie's case looms large, promising to unearth long-buried secrets. Perhaps most damning is the response from Biggie's own family. Valletta Wallace, the rapper's mother, has expressed her desire for Diddy to be held accountable. Her support for further investigation into her son's death speaks volumes, suggesting that even those closest to Biggie harbor doubts about the official story. In a final, chilling detail that speaks to Diddy's character, reports have surfaced about his behavior in the immediate aftermath of Biggie's death. Rather than allowing time for grief, Diddy allegedly instructed his team to ensure Biggie's posthumous album debuted at #1. This cold calculation in the face of tragedy raises disturbing questions about Diddy's priorities and his true feelings towards the artist who helped build his empire. While the music world reeled from revelations about Biggie's death, a tsunami of new allegations against Diddy was building. From sexual assault to human trafficking, the scale and nature of these accusations paint a picture of an empire built on exploitation. But could these crimes implicate other industry heavyweights? The floodgates opened with a series of lawsuits that sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. One particularly disturbing case involves a woman seeking $50 million in damages for a horrific assault she claims occurred in 2018.
I said what I said. Congratulations, Young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did. Shout out to Jamil Peterson. He's added a new one. He called him the Diddy Glover now.
According to her lawsuit, Diddy not only sexually assaulted her, but also used a TV remote during the attack and threatened her life. The level of violence described is shocking, but it's the alleged intimidation tactics that followed that truly chill the blood. The woman claims Diddy's associates showed her a live stream of her sister's home as a clear threat to keep her silent. Another lawsuit paints a picture of Diddy's alleged predatory behavior extending even to his star-studded parties. In this case, it's claimed that only the intervention of a professional athlete stopped Diddy from sexually assaulting a luxury car businessman at one of these events. The mounting allegations suggest a pattern of behavior that goes far beyond isolated incidents, hinting at a systemic problem within Diddy's inner circle. As the accusations pile up, legal experts are weighing in on the potential consequences. The sheer number and severity of the claims could lead to significant legal troubles for Diddy, including possible criminal charges and federal investigations. The music mogul's carefully crafted public image is in tatters, with reports indicating a sharp decline in his net worth as sponsors and business partners distance themselves from the controversy. But perhaps the most explosive allegations come from Jaguar Wright, who suggests that Diddy's alleged crimes may be just the tip of the iceberg. Wright claims that other industry figures, including Jay-Z, might be implicated in Diddy's web of exploitation.
Why is that there were so many cameras in his houses?
No!
That he was recording these.
Of course, he is the J. Edgar Hoover. Put it to you this way, there are mutual acquaintances between her and I. And that's as far as I can go.
Okay.
While these claims remain unsubstantiated, they raise troubling questions about the extent of corruption within the music industry's highest echelons. As legal actions against Diddy continue to unfold, the impact on his empire is undeniable. Brands are cutting ties, radio stations are pulling his music, and longtime collaborators are suddenly silent. The man who once seemed untouchable now finds himself increasingly isolated, his legacy crumbling before his eyes.